And good evening, and welcome to Planet Herring. I'm Michael, and this is iRacing 2020 Season 1. We're in week 4 this week, and this is the NASCAR Class A Fixed Series, which unfortunately does, I think, at least 2 road courses. One of those, of course, being Watkins Glen. This is the Cup course. And I'm going to say right now, I absolutely hate NASCAR at road courses. So, uh, don't have a lot of hope of even really finishing this one. In my setup, I switched to auto clutch, even though I normally do not do that. I absolutely do not want to have to spin because of shifting this god awful thing. And my wheel range is up to 645, and so that seems to be working pretty good with the actual setup being fixed. I'm going to take and I'm going to bring my brake bias up to 70%. I'm not even sure what the highest it'll go. Don't know if I want to do that far, but I'm going to start at 70%. Try to make it as untwitchy as possible. No steering offset. And I'm going to leave it at the 10-to-1 ratio. That seems to work pretty well. Pretty much the exact opposite advice of anything I would normally do on an oval, but this is the oddball. Now, I do know that the quick times are in 113s within the race. That's probably due to a bit of a draft down the straight. This is an incredibly loose car. So I have been able to get into the 114s. Just I'm not certain I can do that consistently. So we're going to give this, so we got about 15 minutes before the race starts. So we'll do some quick laps for practice. Of course, I always have my on-the-fly field of view and seating position. So not really worried about gauges in this particular case. Honestly, just trying not to crash. Now, this thing has way too much torque for this track. You have to be very careful through the uphill. I do know that. It's super, super easy to spin. In fact, I'm going to do almost the entire lap in third gear. Every corner is super slow, super careful. Every bit of throttle application is done with a feather light touch. When it is straight is when you want to get your speed. You want to get your braking done. I have noticed that it will even start to spin on trail braking. So I'm not even doing much, if any, of that. The other thing is, if it starts to spin, you're not catching it. So very slow. As you can see in the rearview mirror behind me, anybody who is a normal road course guy who would normally be driving this track will know that it's practically flat out up the hill in most cars. Not this one. So we're going to even brake kind of early because this thing has small iron disc brakes. Doesn't want to stop. Doesn't want to turn. Literally the complete antithesis of a road car, and yet NASCAR comes here all the time. And let's see, coming across with a whopping 116. So even with auto clutch, as you can see, shifting down to second, the car almost goes into a convulsion. Very slowly ramping up to full throttle here. Very hard on the brake. Not attacking the curbs. Not attacking really at all. This is one of the trickiest things, I think, to do in road course racing. Letting up on the brakes. Got about a second. Already up here. On the gas. Waiting till I get right to the apex to even bother shifting as absolutely slow as possible. Kept it in second going up the hill there. Not sure how it can be 0.6 off the pace. Probably where I'm losing most of my time. There you go, see? A little bit too quick on the throttle application and boom. So really and truly, the first sector is I think where I'm losing it. So you can see right there, I upshifted in the middle of that corner. Car got loose. So as we can see, what I'm doing in sector 2 is exactly what you're supposed to do. Very tidy. Wait till you can unwind the wheel. Get on the gas. And let it go. All right, so let's see if we can try it just a little bit different this time. Right at the 300 marker, super, super, super braking. So here we go, we got 3/10. And see, that is imperative that we get better braking and better turning through turn 1, I think. All right, let's try it again. Alright, so holding steady, not getting any acceleration out of second gear there. Holding steady there, trying to hold it. A little bit of throttle feathering, trying to hold it. And we had 4/10, and now we have nothing. It is the epitome of smooth. Like I said, the car doesn't want to turn. The car doesn't want to brake. Literally, about the only thing the car will do is accelerate. Unfortunately, it looks like there's not going to be a split. Only 15 people signed up for the race. So the forward brake bias seems to be functioning good. But don't know where he's getting that extra. Yeah, there's no such thing as going faster there. Going a little too slow. Okay, so let's try this now. 300. Down to second. And there you go. So there you go. We got one more minute to the official race session to start. So let's kind of recap. Let's look at my fastest lap here. I'm doing a 1:15. I'm showing being a second and a half almost off the fast time here. So Still, with that, I'm actually in third. Don't know if that's going to hold out. Looks like most of the people signed up for the race are in here, but my fastest lap being 1:15.5. So I think turn one is the key, and we are braking. And I think it's just a matter of being really slow, careful. It's one of those races where any attempt to push is going to be met with swift and harsh punishment. So this is definitely going to be one of those just race to survive races, I do believe. So hopefully learned a little bit something out of the practice session there. So all right, we're going to be heading into the actual official session here. Again, for those of us just joining, we are going to be doing the NASCAR Class A fixed race in iRacing 2020 Season 1, Week 4. So we've done pretty good so far, but this one's going to test us, I am sure. While waiting on that, got a lot of things. Yeah, that was late. So we got about a minute and a half to our qualifying session. So let's go ahead here and let's look at what we've got here. So pretty simple. We're doing 645 on the steering rack here. We've got all of our pedals working there. Nice hard brake pedal so we can try to modulate this as much as possible. I have turned on auto clutch, even though, oh my God, it still jerks like a mother when you go down to second if you're not going super slow. Garage setting wise, we are going to move our front brake bias up into the plus 70% at least, leaving that steering offset like we at 0 and leaving that steering ratio at 10-1. There's no reason to change those. Those would be my main tips for anyone getting into oval racing, especially at the fixed level. But the exact opposite, because we are at a road course. And let's face it, road courses in NASCAR stock cars are horrible tests of your patience, but they do, in fact, reward good, nice, tidy driving. So we've got about 10 seconds left in the session. Car is all set up. We are going to get ready to try and set a nice, tidy qualifying lap. And if we get lucky, we can do the low 15s, I think. We do have, how many? 18 entries in here. So we're going to see how this goes. So qualifying time. All right, so we don't really need to worry too much about our gauges in this particular case. Gonna only worry about the track map and my timings. And I don't know, I have never dealt with a caution in, I don't know that I've never had to deal with a caution on a NASCAR road course. So we'll see how that goes. Just taking it real nice and easy here. All right, and we've been braking strongly at the 400 mark, taking as little curb as possible, just nice and easy around, not getting on those throttle until we're straightened out. 300 mark, braking, 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 let go of the brake, follow through those apexes, get back on, a little bit of brake, floating through there, just keeping everything nice and tidy in third gear. Beat that flag, buddy. 300, brake, 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 brake. All the way through the apex. Just going to leave it in third for this first try. Feathering the throttle through there. Building up some speed. Very, very easy acceleration. Getting up to the 400 marker. Brake, 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 brake. Let the car turn. Just let the car turn. Straighten the wheel out. Get on the gas, get on the gas, get on the gas. 300 marker. Hard on the brakes. Let it float through there. Back on the gas. Let it float through here. All right, looks like we got a nice, tidy first lap. Down to second that time. Nice and tidy up through here. Just a little bit better on the time. Hard braking. All right, all right, all right. Full throttle. 300 marker. Let the car rotate. All right, we're currently in seventh. And that's it. So we put in so we got 0.52 per lap. Doesn't really matter. Looks like our fast lap today is going to be a 15.3, which as you can see is on the slow side. So it looks like Mr. Matt M. Adams is just a freak when it comes to this. Not sure how he did that. We will. Holy cow, 111. That is a full 4 seconds faster than I am here. I do not know how he's doing this. This is insanity at its most prevalent. So at any rate, we are in 7th place. So as qualifyings go, that's not horrible. And we're getting ready to take the grid. So there we go. Really not sure how this is going to work out. I do believe that this is going to be a case where just watching what's about to happen is going to be informative because I've never actually raced stock car at Watkins Glen. The only other oval, not the other, let me try that again. The only other non-oval that I have done is actually the new Charlotte Roval. I have avoided doing this pretty much like the plague because it is absolutely the worst thing ever. But we shall see. I kind of predict that it's going to be one of those deals where lots of wrecks. These cars are super loose here. We'll see. I have all ideas that the guy at the front setting the 111s is probably going to walk away. And as long as he can do that consistently, he will. He'll probably win. That is a crazy, crazy time. I did not even know if it was possible. So the first thing we're going to figure out here is if we can actually make it through a pace lap without dying. Yeah, no kidding there. Hey, what if Mr. Matt actually does, in fact, set one of those laps in the race? We will absolutely be looking at that because that is amazing. But I have all ideas. It comes down to an amazing level of car control because I have not been able to do it. So there are no fast repairs here. So I'm going to go ahead and clear tires, and I don't think we're going to need any fuel. The race itself is only 18 laps, according to the little timer. Only 18. Of course, it could be the longest race of the week. All right, so here we are. We are starting in maybe 8th place it is? Or is this the outside? Who knows? Maybe the inside is the outside. But we're getting ready to start here. Second gear. Main thing is we just don't need to punch it. Do not punch it. This is not a punching track. Pace car is going to dive in here soon. And we're going to see what we can do with this. And there we go. And I just noticed something that is not good. I don't believe that you're getting any audio here, which may be bad. So far, we are doing pretty well. I'm going to raise up my sound so you can possibly hear it through the mics. Yep, it does look like my Elgato is having a sound issue. So you may not be getting the full audio. So sorry about that. I'll get that fixed before my next all right, well. And that answers the question of whether or not people are downshifting for second into first. Because they are. looks like we keep up with these guys good everywhere else. Well, there you go. You saw me there, right? All right, well, now we're dinged up on both sides. All right, well, let's see what we can do here. Who's in front of us and where are we at? We're not in front of ourselves. Well, and somebody missed the chicane. Good news is, as I see it, aerodynamics are not a strong problem on this track. Okay, so that should put us back in the top 10. We need to do a little bit more slowing down. So the problem is that he really only just went off into the chicane, so he didn't really lose that much time, I don't think. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 400. There we go. All right, nice and easy. 6 of 18 laps. Now going into 7. Hard braking for turn 1. Down to second. Easy through the uphill. And we are losing time to Hup for certain. All right, I think we had somebody off back there. Hard on the brakes. Looks like we got a lot of lead time now. 400. There we go. Okay, so it looks like we are almost to the halfway point. That is the halfway point. All right, well, ninth place. Halfway there. And just like the last race in the pickup truck, looks like Mr. Shepard has decided to call it quits. Not sure what happened to Mr. Hup. Looks like Mr. Hup has decided to call it quits. All right, well, Mr. Santoro has obviously going faster than I am. We are in 8th place. People behind me seem to be having the worst of it. So all we need to do is just keep our nose clean all by ourselves. And on a lap 11 of 18. So we're over a second off. I mean, a lot of that I think has to do with our really botched up aerodynamics at this point. The good news is it seems like everybody that's behind us that could have caught us is now gone. Unfortunately, I don't understand why you're not hearing the game sounds on the Elgato. That is perplexing. Especially when we can actually see the device, or you can see the race, which just kind of sucks. I imagine that means that the video in the last couple of them have not been that great. And one thing you'll be noticing there is I'm actually downshifting at what is potentially the absolute slowest part, and that is right at the apex of turn one. I would say that if this car was set up to handle those bumps better, I would probably hit those a little bit harder, but I feel like it would throw me, especially considering the front of my car is pretty well screwed up. So it looks like Rollins is still good 16 seconds ahead behind. Well, as I said at the beginning, the strategy was to survive. And despite being kind of railroaded into the fence and not receiving an apology for that, we'll go back and look at that incident, but I'm pretty certain I was leaving him plenty of room to pass me. And, well, there you go. It probably bounced off the fence himself, honestly. I mean, I could probably go faster. It's just I don't trust this car. So it looks like we got somebody else in the pits. So we have officially gotten back up to where we started. I think we... Yeah, it's not very likely to catch Mr. Santoro. At least we don't have to go through the whole track. Yep, still 16 seconds behind us on Mr. Rollins. There we go, full throttle. You ain't kidding. Okay, so we've got 3, or rather 2. Wow. I knew he was going to catch me. That is not surprising at all. All right, well, last lap. Yeah, he's definitely got it figured out. I'm not sure what he's done to do that, but I don't believe I will be lapped by anyone else and will bring home a spot. 7th place. Lapped by only the one freakishly fast person in here. Fastest lap, 16 even. Alrighty. I don't know about the bad luck. Alright, let's try it one time. See? So there you go. That is exactly what would have happened with a full throttle 3rd gear attempt up the hill. So there you go. Still 7th place, not bad. I absolutely do not know what's going on with the audio here. This is very, very disturbing because it means you're only hearing me. That is very, very odd. I gotta fix that. Don't know what the last two videos have been like because I did not notice that that was the case. In fact, I don't think that was the case in the video prior. So it is kind of odd that we're not getting any game audio here. All right, well, we will get that fixed post haste. No kidding. So, Mr. Matt M. Adams, let's look at his laps. In qualifying, he did a whopping 11.4. He did a 112.1 in the race. We're going to take a look at that here. One thing I do want to do, however, let's check our options on this. So sound for this should be going out of our voice meter potato, and it is in fact doing that. Okay. So that is right. We're going to do a very quick, since the race is over, I'm going to actually minimize this for a very quick second here. Let's look at my voice meter potato software here. So what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We got nothing. Let's do a restart on this, actually. We'll just kill it and relaunch it and see if we get anything. Boom. Engine restart. Still do not see anything on the Elgato. That is very unfortunate, I think. Well, let's look at Mr. Adams. Oh, there it is. We do have sound back, folks. There it is. Successfully fixed it. All right, let's go back to his 112.1 lap. And unfortunately, I don't think that this records what the gearing is. So we're going to just kind of do a crazy, let's see his whole car kind of thing. Even though I can't tell really what his gear is. But there you go. See, he is actually getting good traction there. I am honestly flabbergasted. Because he is actually driving this car in a manner that would be consistent with any other road car I have driven here, and any attempt by me to apply, and in fact, that's okay. So that's his fastest lap. I mean, my fastest lap here. Let's look at mine. We did finish 7th. I got lapped by him. And so my fastest lap was a 1:16.2, and let's look at that. And this could be attributed mainly to the fact that I'm not downshifting in the slow sections, just to avoid having to do it. See, like right there, I think he's downshifting. Pretty much all the slow sections, I think he's downshifting. So that's probably where this other second is. I think if I attempted to try to properly shift this car, it would probably end up being at least consistent 114s. I don't know about doing a 111, but you know, we'll see. All in all, I am just happy that it ended up working. Now, I am a little disappointed that my sound was not working, and I apologize for that. But hopefully it didn't take away from the experience too much. Hopefully heard a little bit of ambient noise at least coming off my speakers. And of course, I hope that this has been informative as I'm trying to share as much as possible, if not how to be fast, if to how to survive. And as usual, this kind of thing is all about surviving. And you can tell, actually, while we're at it, we do have the one other thing to do, and that is we need to go back to lap 1. And let's see here. Let's go to the external far chase view and lap 1. Here we go. Yep, definitely giving him plenty of room. Giving the 5 car plenty of room. All right, so I guess that didn't happen on lap 1. Let's speed this up. Okay, so here we go again. Oh, look, it's a Haas driver. All right, hard braking into turn 1. I had to slow down because of him. That did not help my cause. Car number 11. Still giving everybody plenty of space. No intention of getting wrecked here. Giving plenty of space. Oh, there you go. I really have no clue what that was. That, what? I mean, oh, well, Justin Harper. And looks like, yeah, looks like our friend Justin just got loose. Decided that he was going to slam into me. And of course, Mr. Justin ended up not finishing the race, barely even getting started. So a lot to learn for him there. Obviously, got to work on that car control, my friend. At any rate, we did start 7th. We did finish 7th. I'm not going to complain about that at all, as I do, in fact, hate road courses in stock cars. So, said it once, said it twice. We'll continue to say it every time it happens. Again, apologize for the sound problem with the feed, and hopefully that didn't make it too bad. I will check it out and see if the video is even acceptable. I don't know if I'll do this again, but I don't want to subject myself to that kind of torture too often. But with that, I'm going to call it a night. And as always, here's the end card.
Hey guys, Michael here. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, go ahead and click that like button. Click on the Planet Herring logo to subscribe to the channel. Let us know what you think about the video in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon.